Welcome back to my kitchen. You guys, today is a very special day. Thus the reason I not only have on my apron, I also have on my chef hat, and this set was made for me, just in case you missed that video, by a very sweet subscriber. And she also made it very special on the inside, where there's this fan pocket and there's an angel, and it also has my mom's name, and that allows me to keep my mama close to my heart when I'm in the kitchen. So today is very special because today is May the 12th, and had my mom lived to see her birthday today, she would have been 81 years young. Not old, but young. So she's celebrating in heaven today, and I'm celebrating on earth, celebrating her memory, the legacy that she left, and I'm going to make her pound cake. So this is the pound cake that my mom used to make. Believe it or not, I'm not using cake flour because my mama didn't use cake flour. I'm not even using Baker's Joy today. We're going back old school, where we're going to use Crisco in my cake pan and flour it down, because my mama didn't use Baker's Joy either. We're not only not going to use those two things, we're not even going to use cream bouquet today, because back then, I don't know if they had cream bouquet. They may have, but my mama didn't use cream bouquet. She used lemon extract and vanilla extract, and she did a light glaze. So we're doing all of this in honor of my mama today, and that's what we're going to do. So, and also I can't remember, I don't know that I've ever done a cake using flour. If I have, I don't remember, because it's been that long. So prayerfully it will turn out well. I know several of you have asked me before if I have always used cake flour, or if I've ever baked a cake using flour and not cake flour. So here goes, okay? So we're going to use, and I'm just going to look at the recipe and go straight down the recipe so I won't forget anything. We have 6 large eggs that I've already cracked, and they are room temperature. Then we have 3 cups of flour, and I'm using all-purpose flour. This is the Great Value brand. You guys know Walmart. So I have 3 cups of flour, and also in here I already have my ½ teaspoon of baking powder. So I mixed it with my flour, and I actually sifted twice today. Okay, it's amazing, this flour just felt so much lighter. It just felt really lighter in comparison to the cake flour. Okay, so that's what's in here. Then I have ½ pound of butter. So I'm using 2 sticks of butter. It is also room temperature. And then I have ½ cup of Crisco, and I'm using this little block of Crisco. I like using these little sticks because it's easy for me to just, kind of cut in half. So this is the Crisco I'm using, and I'm using ½ cup of that. Then we have 1 cup of milk. It too is room temperature. And you guys, I buy 2% milk. I don't buy anything different to bake my cakes. So this is 2% milk. Whole milk is fine. That's 1 cup of milk. I have ½ teaspoon of salt that I'll be adding in the beginning when I add my butter and Crisco. Then we have I'm going to use 1 teaspoon, I'm telling a story, I'm going to use more than a teaspoon, but I'm going to use vanilla extract and also some pure lemon extract, okay? Like I said, I know I'm going to add more than a teaspoon. Alright, so I think that's everything. So we're going to start by getting, I thought I had muted this TV. I can barely hear it, just a little bit. Oh, it is muted. Okay, well, I can barely hear the TV upstairs. My dude number 2, aka our baby boy is upstairs, so you barely hear the TV. That's him. Okay, so I think that's everything. So we're going to start creaming everything together. My oven is preheating to 325 degrees. So that should be ready by the time we finish mixing up this cake. And of course, I have thoroughly washed my hands because that's how my mama taught me to do it. Thoroughly wash your hands when you're in the kitchen. Don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, y'all. That's just nasty. When we would come in the kitchen and not wash our hands, namely my brothers. I won't call any name, but brothers with an S. My mom would tell him, if you don't get out of this kitchen without washing, get out of my kitchen without washing your hands, you little nasty buzzard. So you guys make sure you wash your hands, okay? Let's start getting this cake mixed up. I'm starting by adding my ½ cup of Crisco to my mixing bowl. And to that, I'm adding my 2 sticks of unsalted, softened butter, okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to also add our ½ teaspoon of, we're not doing a 1/4 teaspoon today, we're doing a ½ teaspoon of salt. We're adding that, and I'm going to go on and also add my extracts to my bowl, and that way all of my flavor is getting mixed in during the entire process of mixing up this cake, okay? Okay, so we're gonna, when I turn on the mixer, I'm gonna let this mix for just maybe about a minute by itself to really get that butter and Crisco mixed up really well. And then once that's mixed up, I'm going to slowly start adding my 3 cups of sugar. Now this part is very important in the mixing process of your cake. You can't rush this part. It will affect the outcome of your cake. It can make your cake fall. It can make it gummy. It can make it too dense. You just don't want any of the above. So take the time to cream your butter and sugar properly. I always set a timer. I set it for about 12 minutes because this mixture I'm going to have to stop a couple of times and scrape down the sides of my bowl. What you will notice, if your mixer doesn't have a built-in scraper to keep the sides of your bowl clean, you're going to have to stop because you're going to realize that your butter, sugar, Crisco, everything is kind of collecting, the majority of it is collecting on the sides of your bowl, which means if it's up here on the sides of your bowl, it's not down in your bowl getting properly creamed. So just stop a couple of times, scrape it down, and then turn your mixer back on. When I'm creaming my butter and sugar, I do cream on high, so I usually have this mixer on maybe about 8 or 9. And like I said, I'll cream for about 12 minutes, and then once that's done, I'm going to stop. Once I've added the sugar, and I don't start the timer until I've added all of the sugar. So that's when my timer starts. So once that's done and we finish creaming, I'm going to stop the mixer. I think that is UPS, FedEx, or somebody outside wants to be blowing, making all that noise. Anywho, once I've added the sugar and we've creamed, I'm going to stop the mixer, and then I'm going to come back and let you see exactly what light and fluffy should look like, okay? We don't want to hear any sugar crystals mixing around in the bottom of your bowl, all right? So we're going to take our time and do this right because I need to make my mama proud today. I need to make her proud. So let's start creaming. Again, we're going to do this for about a minute by itself. Then we'll add the sugar, okay? And I'll stop and come back once everything is creamed. Okay. 12 minutes later, we are light and fluffy. That's exactly what we want. And I'm sure you all noticed while we were creaming, I went on and prepared my cake pan the old school way. So that's why I said when you're creaming your butter and your sugar, you can always find something else to do. Okay? Alright. So now that butter and sugar and Crisco is creamed, we're going to start adding our eggs one at a time. Now when I add my eggs, I only mix a few seconds in between, long enough to where it's mixed up and that yolk disappears. That may take 10, 12 seconds, not long at all, okay? So we're going to add these one at a time. Sometimes when you add them, 2 eggs just want to jump in, okay? If that happens, no worries. Just mix a few seconds longer because now you're trying to incorporate 2 eggs as opposed to 1, but don't panic if that happens. So once we get all 6 of our eggs added, then we're going to turn down the mixer. And usually when I'm adding my flour and milk, we're going to turn it down on low. So I have mine on maybe about 2, okay? We're going to start alternating our dry with our wet ingredients. You always want to start with the dry and end with the dry. Now this process doesn't take as long as it did the creaming of the butter and the sugar and the Crisco in this case, okay? So once you start alternating, I'm going to start with, like I said, the dry, and you're going to see how long I wait. I get the question, Miss Donna, how long do I wait before I add the milk? So you will see how long I wait before I start adding my milk. Now I'm not going to show you the entire back and forth process. What you're going to see last is me just adding that last little bit of flour. Now once you start mixing, you're not trying to get it silky smooth, okay? Don't beat it to death. If you mix it, over mix it, the same rules apply. You can make your cake gummy, make it fall, make it too dense. So we don't want any of that, all right? So you'll be able to see how long I usually wait as I'm alternating, okay? So once we get this mixed up, then we'll be ready to put this cake in the oven. Our oven is ready. Again, we preheated it to 325. So once we get done, then we'll be ready to bake. Okie dokie. We are all mixed up, and I'm just going to do a few extra stirs around the side and scraping it under the bottom to make sure everything is mixed up very well. Okay? And now we are ready to pour. Try not to leave too much in the bowl, because the more I leave, the more I'll eat. Who else out there enjoys eating cake batter? That was a highlight of my childhood. One of the highlights or sweet memories when my mom would make this cake. Listen, I'd be trying to beat my brothers to the kitchen asking for the bowl. Okay, so now we're trying to make sure that we're level so we won't have a lopsided cake. I usually shake, 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 shake. Hit it under the bottom to release air bubbles. Now we're going in the oven on 325. Oh, did I hit you guys? I think I did. Well, I thought we were going in on 325 degrees. Let's see. I can tell when my husband has been in the kitchen. It's my pot holder. Oh, I can tell when he's been in the kitchen because he's adjusted my racks. Now we're going in 325 degrees. I'm going to set my timer for about an hour and 15 minutes. I should be able to smell it in about an hour and 10 minutes, okay? Alright, we've baked about an hour and 20 minutes. So now we're going to sit here and cool for at least 10. So let me set my timer. And in the meantime, really quick, we're gonna make our glaze. So this is gonna be really simple. I'm not gonna do it quite as heavy. Maybe not. I never measure much of my glaze. I just pour. Like that right there is about a cup of powdered sugar, okay? We're gonna add just a little bit of lemon, just a little bit. And then we're going to add a little bit of my clear vanilla. And you guys, I keep getting the question about my glaze is too loose. I can't get my glaze right. You're adding too much liquid, okay? Now I'm going to pour just a little bit, okay? Look, just a little bit. Okay, that's it. To start off with. And then we're just going to stir. Now, in the beginning, I like for it to be extra thick because that helps me get it smooth. But if you add too much liquid in the beginning, you're going to have to keep adding powdered sugar to compensate to get it thick. And you guys, it really doesn't take much liquid at all. Before you know it, you've been going to use half your bag of powdered sugar trying to thicken it back up. See, look how thick that is. just with that little bit of milk. Like I said, it doesn't take much. So I like it thick in the beginning because it helps me get it really smooth. Okay, no need for a mixer in my opinion because that's quick. Okay, so now that I've got it smooth, it's still a little too thick. Now at this point, when you're adding more milk, just add a teeny bit, teeny bit, a little bit. If you feel like you're gonna put too much, maybe pour some in a spoon or something. Tablespoon could be too much. Just a little bit at a time, like so. Watch, it's only gonna take a little bit. A little bit at a time, because you can always add more, but once you get it too loose, you're gonna have to go back to your powdered sugar to fix it. Okay, look at that pretty glaze, just that quick. All right, now that's still a little too thick, so I'm gonna add just a tad bit more, and then we are done. All right, that's it, you guys. Don't make it complicated. Don't make it hard, okay? So we have that pretty, silky, smooth glaze, okay? So now we're gonna let the cake continue to cool. Has about 6 more minutes before we flip it. We are flipping. I was going to say, let me see what this cake look like. And I didn't use Baker's Joy. Okay. All right, so we're going to cool for a while before we glaze. All right, let's do our simple glaze. Traditional pound cake made with all-purpose flour and not cake flour, just like my mom used to make. I hope I made you proud, Mom. Happy 81st birthday in heaven. I love you. I miss you, Mom. What you doing behind me? Don't play behind me and I have a knife in my hand. A very sharp one, might I add. Now that just don't make no sense. He was jamming.
You got some pretty legs.
It is time. Don't be looking at my legs.
No, I can't look at your legs. You look at mine. Let me break it. All the rules when I was growing up. You couldn't eat dessert until you ate dinner. Well, we didn't have dessert anyway, so it didn't matter. My fork. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday in heaven to you. Happy birthday in heaven, Mommy. Happy birthday to you.
And you can have the first bite, man.
I can?
Yeah. And you can
Don't roll
take
your eyes
any
about it.
part you want. No, you don't want, baby. You can have any part you want.
My mama cake flour.
You have to get the biggest one. What kind is it?
It's the other song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Hey, you had yours. I just get my own piece.
Happy birthday to you. I don't want any more. That was all part of my back part. But I got something to tell you once you taste it.
It's the whole cake.
Tell me what kind it is.
I taste a hint of lemon. Just a hint. Vanilla.
You right there.
My palate has gotten much stronger, better.
Your palate? Your palate or your palate?
Get that. My
We ain't
palate got
flying around in the air well.
my palate got a palate got a palate.
You want to taste it, babe?
I'll take it in a little bit.
You gonna taste it later? Oh, it's all right. Oh. So that is my mommy's pound cake recipe. I did not use cake flour. I used regular flour. And then also I didn't use baker's joy. I actually greased the pan with the crystal, put the flour in and then turned it and got it all floured like. Because my mama didn't use baker's joy, she didn't use cake flour. And it's that come home after church Sunday afternoon, have dinner and eat cake.
My family was come in Saturday night after drunk and eat cake. But I'm sorry.
Can you tell the difference in the cake flour and the regular flour? Can you tell that it's not cake flour at all? No. Stop looking scared.
I gotta find out. So the cake flour is what you've been using.
Cake flour is in this box. This stuff right here. Cake flour. Swans down cake flour. But then I use just all-purpose flour. Because most of our mamas, like your mom, doesn't use cake flour.
I
use
taste.
flour.
I do taste flour.
What's this?
I mean, I can tell this. I can tell flour in it. Man, I'm trying my best. I'm doing everything I can, baby. It's
What do you
good.
mean you can tell flour in it?
I can tell it was made with flour.
Can you tell the difference in this taste and the cake flour taste? Can you tell the difference? You can? How so?
Well, both of them are good. I mean,
I
That's
cannot
not a
win.
difference.
He can't tell the difference. That's what that means. I think he's scared he's gonna say the wrong answer.
they both real good. I don't know if it's the new stuff or the old stuff, but this is better. Good.
Listen, y'all.
It's good.
What's wrong with you?
Man, it's good.
Are you scared to answer the question?
Yes, you gonna hurt me.
I'm going to. You're so silly. Oh, I cannot with him, y'all. Listen, y'all, I'm tired. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the cake. It felt so funny making a pound cake though without cake flour, just using flour. I might try it again one day. I might.
Was it harder to do?
No. It just, even when I sifted it, the flour felt lighter. For some reason, it seemed to be lighter than the cake flour. I don't know. But it was interesting because I don't remember ever making a cake with flour and not cake flour. If I have, it's been a long time and I don't remember it. So like I said, I just wanted to do that today like that in memory of my mom and just do the recipe that she used to do since it's her birthday. It's her birthday.
I know what mine was missing. I know what this was missing in
Some
the
ice cream? What?
Some icing
It's glazed.
for the glaze.
I I just didn't do it quite as heavy as I normally do it.
No, you just ate all the back of the glaze where the glaze was.
I
That's
just
what
ate
it
that
was.
one little corner. Oh, you just...
Did you see how big your corner
Why
was?
you gonna say I can get what I want and then complain about
I'm
it?
not complaining about it. I'm just telling you I didn't taste none of the glaze because you ate it all.
I did not. I just had that one little corner.
Did you see how big your corner was? That was a block.
Listen. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even show you guys the cake. Wait a minute. Let me get back. Let me get my chef hat back on. Dude number one over there, my husband, a.k.a. my husband, got me all discombobulated. Does that mean Jackson wants cake? Give Jackson a little piece of cake. You doing good walking past the tripod and not hitting it. Look at you. Good gracious. Hey, Papa, give you some cake. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just talking. I haven't showed you. You're going to sit right down here in front of...
Little dude, come here.
Come on.
Man, we are breaking all the rules.
Jackson eating cake, you guys. See, look.
Yeah, man.
Is my hat fixed right? Oh, I'm looking for him. I'm like, where you go? You had ducked down. Move over to the right a little bit. He's not even looking. Jackson is eating cake. So you guys, this is the cake. So as I was saying, thank you all so much for watching. If you've not subscribed, please, you gonna eat that whole piece too? I can't tell.
I was cutting it up for you.
Can you tell? Can you put me? Come here, Jackson. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that notification bell, and when you hit that bell, it shakes. And that's that shake something, shake something, shake something. You've been so busy saying hit the nose, and we ain't been shaking nothing. Anywho, you guys, thank you all so much. I made it through this video without crying.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I just don't want you to cry.
I'm not gonna cry. My mommy would have been 81 years young today. So, I know you cried for me too. But thank you guys so much for watching. You gonna go up under the tripod? Okay.
Yeah,
We already look forward to you joining us again next time.